guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. I'm back here at Hyundai Newport Richey, and guess what? We have a very special car. This is probably the most expensive car on any Hyundai or Genesis lot. This is the 2019 Genesis G90 Ultimate. So what that means when you hear Ultimate is definitely underneath that hood is some ultimate stuff going on. We have a 5-liter V8 naturally aspirated engine putting out 420 horsepower. But let's just talk about Genesis a little bit. So Genesis came out onto the scene as a Hyundai product. It was the Hyundai Genesis sedan. Then you had the option of a Hyundai Genesis coupe. I'm hoping and I'm praying that they make another coupe to add to the Genesis lineup. But since 2015, Genesis is now its own brand. It's the upscale of Hyundai, just like Honda is Acura, just like Cadillac is with General Motors, and Lexus is with Toyota. So what you're gonna find is everything is gonna be on an upscale feel, upscale value at an unbelievable price when it comes to what you're getting. So let's go ahead and dive into this Genesis G90. So G90 is their largest vehicle in the Genesis lineup. It goes from 70, 80, 90. I like the number system and I like what it means when it comes to size. So right off the bat, you can see that this thing is large and in charge. Awesome LED lighting. I really like how they brought the LED lighting down in the lower portion of the fascia, and then you actually have some functional scoops going on here. So it's not just show, they actually work, they actually go. Some gloss black and then some silver trim, some chrome finish looking trim across the bottom, very tasteful. I love the 6-point grille that Genesis is using, and you can see how they blend in all that radar technology hidden behind this plastic plate. You have a front mounted camera as to be expected on this type of car, and there's that Genesis badge. Yes, many people have pointed out how you could see maybe some Aston Martin, you could see some Bentley, but hey, think about it. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery, and it's a very tasteful looking badge that is starting to mean something around different parts of the country, different parts of the world when it comes to that upscale amenities, but with a price that's a little bit more palatable. Because at the end of the day, this thing, if it had any other brand logo on it, would be over $100,000. But we'll talk about that when we get inside. So coming around, love the shape of the headlights. You can see how it tells you, just in case you forgot, full LED lighting. And then check out these wheels. I like the design. I love the finish on it. When I first saw this, I thought they were larger. It's actually a 19-inch wheel, so great size, but they have the appearance of a 21 or even a 22-inch wheel. And I think that brushed aluminum look goes well with the silver. Nice. One thing I'm gonna zonk is I wish there was some type of side vent, but if you look in the area where normally there's a side vent, there's actually a body line crease that starts right about here and flows down. Gives the fender a little bit of character. As we travel along the bottom, I think it's very smart that they brought the chrome all the way down that lower sill. That's gonna make it stick with the front end and the back end of the car. Nice. Of course, they took that silver, the sparkling silver, and just spewed it all over here. That turn signal LED, nice and tight. One thing I am gonna zonk is there's no panoramic sunroof. So this is the ultimate trim, this is the big dog, but you have a standard sunroof. I would like to see a blacked out panoramic roof. I think would look perfect on this. As we transition down the side, chrome finished mirror handles, trim across the bottom and top, a little bit of gloss black, and just really nice body lines as you come down the side of the car to give it character, because that's the problem with a larger car. A larger car may appear to be just a flat block, but they were very smart with how they placed the body lines. And then wrapping around the back, I love the taillight shape, how it's very small here and then it widens out. Full LED lighting, of course. There's that badge. We see it so many times on Mustangs, but like I said, underneath the hood, naturally aspirated 5-liter engine, 420 horsepower, and at the end of the day, this thing gets up and goes 0 to 60 in about 5.1 seconds. To finish out the back, I think it was very tasteful, the style of the exhaust. I'm not a big fan of the vacuum cleaner look, but you know, it really mends in well, and it is very comparable to what those German brands are doing, because this is really putting it in alignment with those German branded cars, those top shelf cars. As we come across the back, great looking design, nice chrome trim, and then there's that Genesis badge. But if you're ready I'm ready to check out underneath the hood. Let's go check out that 5-liter V8. All right, guys, there we are. The hood is popped. There's the largest engine in the Genesis lineup. That is that 5-liter naturally aspirated V8, 420 horsepower. Unbelievable what you see underneath the hood. 383 foot-pounds of torque. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. If you're wondering, well, how much does this car weigh? It weighs a tick under 5,000 pounds, 4,972 pounds. You can get an option with all-wheel drive, but it comes standard rear-wheel drive. 0 to 65.1 seconds, quarter mile 13.7 at 105 miles an hour. And if you're wondering about MPGs, she does like to drink her petrol. 15 in the city, 23 in the highway. I'm really liking it though. It's a great looking engine cover, very high class. I like the faux carbon fiber and I really like the design here. I even think it's cool the way they have the red trim rings to lock in the twin snorkels of this engine to get it to breathe. But let's go ahead and fire up this 5-liter V8. All right, guys, we're inside the 2019 Genesis G90. I know many of you right now are probably saying, before you go any further, Joe, talk about price. This thing, the way it sits, fully loaded, without the all-wheel drive, $74,000 is the MSRP. But before you fall out of your seat, remember, if this thing had a Mercedes badge, a BMW badge, or any of the other badges, it'd be well over $100,000. Let's see what you get. Check out the door panels. I love the class. It just spews classiness. I love the leather on the armrest, the contrast stitching. The wood grain is very tasteful, very exquisite. And then check out that speaker cover. Beautiful look. Love that aluminum finish to it. Really just blends in so nicely with what you're gonna find from so many of the upscale brands. As you transition in, you have nice soft leather across the dash here. I love the wood. I love the silver trim, especially the way it just walks itself seamlessly across the whole center here. Check out that infotainment system. That's over 12 inches diameter in size. You can see the navigation up, but if I hit the home button here, you could go into all sorts of different functions and features with the system. Very easy to use. I like the fonts. I like the graphics. Just overall, a great system for this Genesis G90. Now, as we come down, you have a tasteful analog clock, gloss black around the AC vents, very slim trim radio controls, and then check out the AC controls. I like this aluminum finish. It makes it look ultra classy, upscale. Of course, you're going to have dual climate control. Of course, you're getting heated steering wheel, heated seat, the whole 9 yards. You have a gloss black cover here. Open her up, wireless charging, USB, and I like the way it's just very seamless. This is what's going to be controlling that 8-speed automatic transmission. Also, this has different drive modes. So when you go through the different drive modes, I'll show you when you come onto this side, it has 4 different drive modes you could go into. A nice rotary dial system, very similar to BMW's iDrive system to navigate through the controls of that large screen. You have your 2 cup holders, and I like the way that they hide away underneath that wood finish cover. Very nice, soft touches. Here's your controls for the heated steering wheel, your AC seats, heated seats. If you're wondering, well, what is this? Is this for an ejection seat? Tom, show him the back window real quick. Tom's gonna pan to the back window. Watch this. It has built-in shades all the way around the back of that car, and it's all power. Very, very nicely done. Up and goes down, very simple. Then when we get to the center console, very nice leather material, Bombay doors open. You have a nice size storage area, 2 12 volts in here, a felt line. So you could put your coins in here and they're gonna be protected, unscratched from the felt line coin cup in here. Nicely done. Let's close that up ever so gently. And then we have these seats. Comfortable, supportive, and they look good. I love the piping. It's funny when you put piping on a leather seat, it makes it look like it comes right out of a $200,000 Lamborghini or something. But I love the contrast stitching, the design, and of course I'm gonna love that they're heated and ventilated. Nice microfiber suede material all over the headliner. My biggest zonks are this thing, which I want to rip out and just throw out of the sunroof, which is the second thing I hate. Why do we not have a frameless mirror here is beyond me. We got beautifulness everywhere, and then a big, bulky, black mirror frame staring you in the face, and then this sunroof. Where's our panoramic sunroof? I would like to have that ASAP, especially in a car that costs $75,000. I don't care what brand it is, needs to have a sunroof. But if you're ready, come on over to the business end and we'll see what it's like to pilot this 5-liter V8 Genesis. All right, guys, business end, behind the wheel, the Genesis G90. Of course, you're gonna get beautiful sill panels down here made out of aluminum, says Genesis, and you get all these wonderful controls. 20 different ways from Sunday you could adjust this thing. Even the little micro switch for the headrest, so you don't have to reach back there and mess up your manicure or anything like that. Steering wheel, I don't like it. It's ugly. I don't like the style of it. I hope this is something that they're going to change on the redesign. If you get rid of all that, the horn button is tasteful. I like the logo, but I'm zonking the overall size of the steering wheel, and it needs to be thicker. Controls, I do like the thumb wheel, so I'm going to give that a thumbs up. Get it? Thumb wheel, thumbs up. Check out the dash there. Beautiful analog tach, analog speedometer. You could use your thumb to scroll through all the different functions in that center display. Also, the sport button. So we could go down to our drive mode button. I'm in eco. You could individually set up everything for you, smart, or then sport. We're gonna leave it in sport because we're gonna go have a little bit of fun. Now, there are some paddles behind the steering wheel. They're really, really tiny, and they're made out of plastic. I would like to see a change on that, especially on a $74,000 car. But other than that, very comfortable, great visibility. I just don't like this mirror. Give it a thumbs down. Taking the thumb wheel, and I'm giving it a thumbs down. But let's go ahead and check out the back seat, because I'm telling you, get ready for your mind to be blown. Let's go do it. All right, guys, back seat time of the Genesis G90, and I'm telling you, I don't think I've been in a back seat this nice. First of all, totally spacious. I mean, look at this. 6 feet tall, and I'm able to do some yoga stretches back here, which Lori would be very proud of me, but lots of room, high quality. Let's talk about what's going on here. You have dual entertainment screens for both passengers back here. You have nice leather material and a nice pouch to keep everything just looking high class. Normally I call this the command center. You'll see in a few minutes, this is nothing. AC vents, but we also have AC vents on the pillars there as well. So you're getting not just the AC blowing from here. You can't just do that. You gotta have AC blowing from every which way. Very nice touches, gloss black. If you think that this is an ashtray, you're wrong. Two 12 volts back here. So another nice way of hiding that. Very, very smooth. Watch this. I'm gonna have Tom show you the window here. I could actually control both windows. So sitting on the right-hand side, I can control both windows. Another thing I could do is watch this. Remember how we showed you the screen on the back window? Yes, sunshades on the side windows, even the quarter windows, and it's all controlled by me on this side. You could do the same control from that side. Seats are great. You actually can move these, and I'm going to show you now. You ready for the command center? This is like nothing I've ever seen before. First of all, it's not super heavy. You drop it down. Yes, we have almost everything up front back here. You have full AC controls, ventilated and heated seats in the back. Love that. You could adjust the temperature. It tells you what your outside temperature is. You have another iDrive controller, which is really awesome that you could utilize. And then there's that button for the rear shade. And then when you thought everything was taken care of, you have full power seats back here that are certified and recommended by the AGR, National Spine Institute of America. Just wonderfully done with the style. And you're probably saying, well, is that it? No, there's more. Open up this. You have a nice deep area for any type of electronics. Another 12 volt, a USB, and a little cubby for something very small. Watch this though. Press this. There's your cup holders. So this thing is your command center. And then just when you thought, hey, have you seen it all? Each person back here gets their own vanity mirror. And if you notice the lighting, when I open that, the lighting is nice and soft, not to blind you on those dark night drives, but just really up class everywhere. And then, of course, you got to have a pass-through. So if you got your, if you run out of your fancy drinks up here, you could reach back into your gold-plated cooler and get yourself some more beverages to drink, and then you close it up. But why don't we go check out the trunk of this G90? All right, guys, time for probably the biggest thing. In a world of SUVs, it's nice to see car companies still making sedans, and when you see this trunk, you'll be very happy that they are still making sedans, because look at the amount of space. You have a power assisted trunk, and then when you open it up, large wide area, go ahead and you could fold down those seats, put plenty of room. So not only is this Genesis going to be able to carry your passengers very comfortably, but also things in the back. One thing I want to point out is that if you go to buy a Genesis G90, I hope you have a lot of spare time to read. I hope you like to read, because not only are you going to get this assortment of different volumes of manuals from Genesis, it's almost like the Bible, Genesis Bible, you get it, but you also then get yet even more auxiliary information that is now kept in this box as well. This is your supplemental information. So if you ever wondered why is it that manufacturers don't make manuals anymore, you don't have to wonder with that with Genesis, because they give you plenty to read while you're doing your business. And then finally, close it up. But it's about that time. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go take it for a spin. Guys, we're in the 2019 Genesis G90. Rolling out of Hyundai Newport Richie. This thing is smooth as a baby's behind. Quiet cabin. Everywhere you look and touch, it's all top shelf components in here. My biggest gripe, like I said, this steering wheel, I'm not liking it, and this mirror, but you know what? Other than that, that screen, I think we both agree we could watch some movies on there or play some video games for sure. That's how large it is. But just overall, driving down the road nice and smooth until you do this. So that V8 engine starts building steam very quickly with that kind of torque. Remember, almost 400 foot-pounds of torque. Over 400 horsepower. Very smooth though. It does have a little bit of a grumble. What I would like to see is in sport mode, which is what we're in now, because remember, we hit this drive mode button here. You got 4 different settings. In sport, I would like to see an active exhaust. I would like to hear a little bit more sound from this beast, because I'm telling you, any car that weighs almost 5,000 pounds, I could do 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. That's pretty quick in my book. But just very comfortable. I was able to get a proper seating position so easily. And you know what? I almost wanted to figure out a way how to drive the car from the back seat, because the back seat area was just so unbelievable when it came to not only the room, but the appointments. I think that Genesis hit the nail on the head with the proper height of a center console. Some of these center consoles, especially when you look at Porsche, they're getting higher and higher and higher. I'm waiting for them to just bring it up to the ceiling and just so you can't even see your passenger. But the way Genesis has it set up, very nicely done. We are expecting a redesigned G90 within the next year or so. So I'm really looking forward to what they're bringing, and that's why I wanted to bring this to you now while the getting was good, to just show off, well, where are they at now with the G90? You do have a heads-up display, nicely placed. If I'm gonna zonk it, I would like a little bit more information from it, other than just the speed and the speed limit. But you know what? It's, like I said, in a great place and very easy to see. Visibility is a dream. Front windshield great. Back windows, that back window, even with the sunshade up, very easy to see out of. We're gonna go ahead and make a U-turn here and see what that's gonna be like, but we'll be back as soon as this light turns green. As light is green, let's go ahead and make a U-turn in the Genesis G90. Piece of cake. On the throttle. Great sound from the front. The 8-speed automatic goes about its business, very, very smooth and very quick shifts. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna downshift here with the paddle. So I'm in third, second, little bit of a pause going down using the paddles down to first. But once we get going here, I'm gonna try using these paddles just to see if it quickens up the shifting at all compared to the 8-speed. I know most people are just gonna leave it
in auto mode. It is very efficient. It's very quiet. It's very smooth. Just like the rest of this car. I mean, it's a very, very smooth car here when it comes to how comfortable and the amenities. But even just driving around in regular work traffic, very easy to navigate through, and you really feel like you're in some fancy hotel that just happens to be moving. That's the wonderful thing about this Genesis G90. All right, guys, we're doing about 35. Let me go ahead and show you. I'm gonna stomp on it. Drops down. It's got plenty of steam, I promise you that. I just, like I said, in sport mode, I would like to see a little bit more, not see, but hear a little bit more sound coming from that 5-liter V8, because you know it would sound oh so good. I have it in second. You can hear how it holds the gear with that little torquey V8 underneath the hood. Overall, though, I'm very impressed. When you put it in the sport mode, that is going to stiffen up the steering. I wish it was a little bit heavier. It's a little bit loose for a sport mode in a car, especially I would want it to be a little bit heavier in a car this size, just because of that sensation of the control coming from the front of the car. Now, as you turn into a bend, everything stays stable, very comfortable, and that is a great part, is that with this car, the front and the rear are communicating very, very nicely, which is a big plus. But even just driving down, going over any kind of like, you know, choppy road or anything like that, it's very, very smooth. You're not getting any vibration into the cabin of this car, and that just goes to show the sound deadening material, the thicker glass, all of that is paying big dividends to give you a premium upscale drive. Now, of course, also this comes with blind spot monitoring and lane keep assist and all that safety magic to keep you safe at the end of the day. So not only are you going to have the ability to bring a lot of people with you, but you'll be able to do it in style, and you have that performance aspect. Would I like more performance? Of course, who wouldn't? But for this right now, you know what? It's a good turnout for the G90, and I'm expecting big things for the next generation. But overall, I think it's a great driving car. The amount of room that we have up front is really, really spacious, especially for myself, 6 feet tall, and that beautiful microfiber suede headliner. I wouldn't mind it rubbing on my head because it's nice and smooth, but you know what? I still got plenty of room, so I don't have to worry about it touching my head, which is nice. All right, guys, rolling out here. Like I said, just a very enjoyable drive. And I guess the bottom line is do you need that badge? Do you need that badge to let people know, hey, I have money, or I have this, or maybe you don't have any money and you just spend it on the badges? I don't know, but I'm telling you, for the value, this is easily $100,000 car, easy, if it had any other logo on it. And remember, with these types of cars, you're getting that great warranty and the great service. And when I say great service, they come and pick the car up, whether it's an oil change, major repair, or whatever. They will come and pick up the car for you. So that's another nice feature. But we're back to Hyundai Newport Richey. We're going to go ahead and park this one, jump into our next review. But hopefully this was enough to show off just how great this G90 is. But we will be back in a split second. You can see all the cars that they have at Hyundai Newport Richey, but we will be back in a split second.
All right, guys, it's been one heck of a day here at Hyundai Newport Richey. Definitely got to give a huge shout out and a thank you to Bill Parenti and everybody else here at the dealership, giving us access to the big dogs, this Genesis G90. If these are the types of cars you like to see on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in that comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you. Thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. Check out my different forms of social media. You know what they're called. It's all Rady's Rides original content all the time. If you want to get yourself some merch, click that link in the description. Takes you right to Spreadshirt. Got to give it up to Big Guns McGee, Tom Moschner. We actually have his lunch ready for him. We're going to eat it in the back seat of the Genesis G90. Be cool as a cucumber. So thank you, Tom, for all your hard work. Check out his Instagram page at Mosh Photos. And then, of course, like always, I'll see you on the next ride.